First question, match the following. First one, various combinations that a consumer can purchase, budget line. Various combination of two commodities providing equal satisfaction to the consumer. Indifference curve. A set of indifference curves is indifference map. Points of tangency of a budget line on the IC is consumer equilibrium. So fourth is the correct answer. Next question, which of the following statements are true regarding Cobb-Douglas production function? First of all, Cobb-Douglas production function is a long-run production function which has economies of scale. Then output elasticities with respect to factors are constant. Second is the right answer, which means A and D are correct. The second point, output elasticities with respect to factors are constant. How? There are two factors, capital and labor. If we find output elasticity in terms of capital, it will be alpha, and if we find in terms of labor, it will be beta. And both are constants. Question 3. Which methods of selecting a strategy is consistent with risk-averse behavior? First is the correct answer. If two strategies have the same expected profit, select the one with smaller standard deviation. The higher the standard deviation, the higher the risk. The lower the standard deviation, the lower the risk. Question 4. Under non-cooperative games, it is essential to understand one's opponent's point of view to deduce his likely responses accordingly. Third is the correct answer. Question number 5. What price will be charged under monopoly? Then graph is given. Though we are given RC, but we can easily find the answer just by going through the graph and question. So the question is, what price will be charged under monopoly? Firstly, you should know what is the equilibrium condition. Equilibrium condition is when MR is equal to MC. Marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost. Now see the diagram. Here, MR and MC are intersecting at point B. So point B is the equilibrium point. If we extend X1B to A, we will get point OE as equilibrium point. So third is the right answer. OE price will be charged under monopoly, which is the socially efficient level of production. The formula for social efficiency is P equal to MC, price equal to marginal cost. And price is equal to demand curve. So on the graph, we'll see the point where marginal cost and demand curve, that is P, intersects. So at that social efficient point, the level of production would be OX2. And is the right answer. OX2 is the social efficient level of production. Question 7. Identify the area of deadweight loss. Deadweight loss is a point between monopoly and perfect competition in the shape of a triangle which is just getting wasted. In the diagram, BAC is the part of deadweight loss. So option 4 is the correct answer, BAC. Question 8. The firms are competitive and profit maximizing. The demand curve for labor is determined by. Option 2 is the correct answer, the value of marginal productivity of labor. Question number 9. General equilibrium analysis determines. Option 2 is the correct answer. Price and quantities in all markets simultaneously and explicitly takes feedback's effect into account. And also remember, Walras gave general equilibrium. Question number 10. Pareto's marginal condition for efficiency in composition of output product mix requires. Option 3 is the correct answer. MRTP of XY is equal to MRS of A. XY is equal to MRS of B. XY. MRTP is marginal rate of technical production. MRS is marginal rate of substitution. Question number 11. Inconsistency of which criteria is labeled as Skitovisky paradox? Calder-Hicks criteria. So option 4 is the correct answer. Question number 12. Why do individuals act in riskier ways after being insured? Option 3 is the correct answer, due to the problem of moral hazard. Question number 13. This is a very important question. This is almost asked each and every year. So we are given a consumption function 25 plus 0.8 YD. In consumption function, 0.8 is our MPC, YD stands for disposable income. We are given investment equal to 100, government expenditure equal to 75, net taxes equal to 100, Y is equal to GDP. So we are asked what is the level of equilibrium income. First thing which you must know is at equilibrium, aggregate demand is equal to aggregate supply. Aggregate demand is the composition of C plus I plus G plus NX. That is consumption, investment, government expenditure and net exports. Now we'll put the values. C is 25 plus 0.8 YD, I is 100, G is 75, net export is not given, so we'll not put that. Now we will further solve it, and we must know that YD is equal to Y minus net taxes. So when we solve further, it will be 25 plus 0.8 y minus 100 because net taxes is given as 100. Then we have plus 175 equal to y. 25 plus 0.8 y minus 80 plus 175 is equal to y. After solving, you will get y is equal to 600. So second is the correct answer. Question number 14. What is the value of government expenditure multiplier? Change in y upon change in g. For this, we must know the formula. Formula for government expenditure multiplier or investment multiplier or normal multipliers is always 1 upon 1 minus MPC. So now we'll put the values in the formula. We were given consumption function 25 plus 0.8 YT, where MPC is equal to 0.8. So now we'll put the values 1 upon 1 minus 0.8, that is 1 upon 0.2. So the government expenditure would be 5. So first is the right answer. Question number 15. The value of tax multiplier, change in y upon change in t. So for this you don't need to solve anything. You must know that tax multiplier is always 1 less than government expenditure. We have already found out government expenditure in the previous question. So the formula for tax multiplier is government expenditure minus 1. Government expenditure was 5, will reduce 1, it will be 4. And tax multiplier is always in negative sign, so we'll put minus 4. So fourth is the correct answer. Question 16 matching, second is the right option. Accelerator and multiplier interaction, Paul Samuelson. Cambridge approach, Alfred Marshall and A.C. Piku. Life cycle hypothesis, Modi Gilani, Endo and Brumberg. Efficiency wage model, Ekerlof and Yellen. Question number 17. An increase in money supply will increase the demand for goods and services. Second is the correct answer, by lowering the interest rate so that investment spending increases. So we'll make the ISLM graph. LM is always positively sloped and IS is always negatively sloped. So if money supply will increase, LM will move rightward and rate of interest will start falling. As the rate of interest will start falling, income level will increase and investment supply will also increase. Question number 18. The long-term chronic unemployment arising from imbalance between the skills and other characteristics of worker in the market and the needs for employers is known as. Third is the correct answer, that is structural unemployment. Structural unemployment arises due to imbalance between skills and other characteristics of the worker. Let's understand the other unemployments as well. First one, cyclical unemployment. Unemployment which arises due to ups and downs in the economy. For example, due to COVID, so many people has lost their jobs. So this is the example of cyclical unemployment. Next is frictional unemployment. That is the time taken between one employment and other employment. The break which you take between one employment to the another employment. The last one, seasonal unemployment. So it includes the worker who are employed only for a season. For example, swimming pool academy. The demand for swimming pools are more in the summer, not in the winter. So the people doing business with swimming pool will get unemployed for a season, that is winter. Question number 19. As income falls, consumption declines but proportionately less than the decrease in income because the consumer desires to sustain previous standard of living. This is known as ratchet effect. So first is the correct option. And the above statement is a part of relative income hypothesis, and that hypothesis was given by Duesenberry. In relative income hypothesis, Duesenberry spoke about two effects. Those are ratchet effect and demonstration effect. The example of ratchet effect, suppose if a person is very rich and due to some reason his business fails. So he won't become poor immediately, no. Slowly his standard of living will start coming down. This is called ratchet effect. Then we have demonstration effect, which is also called rag-wagon effect. Demonstration effect is just copying the other person without modifying anything. Question number 20. In efficiency wage model, the real wage is set to, option 4 is the correct answer, maximize the efficiency of worker per rupee of real wages received. Thank you.